second IRS whistleblower has come forward in the years-long criminal tax investigation into Hunter Biden, the agent expressing concerns over the Justice Department's handling of the probe and brand new documents presented to Congress. It comes just days after the IRS dropped the entire investigative team that was looking into the president's son. Let's bring in South Carolina Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace. She is a member of the House Oversight Committee. Congresswoman, good to have you in again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So this whistleblower, and we don't know his name yet, sent an email to the IRS Commissioner Daniel Werfel, which in part said, quote, "I have spent thousands of hours on the case, worked to complete 95% of the investigation, have sacrificed sleep, vacations, gray hairs, etc. My husband and I, identifying me as the case agent, were publicly outed and ridiculed on social media due to our sexual orientation, and to ultimately be removed for always trying to do the right thing is unacceptable, in my opinion." We just went through a day of hearings of FBI retaliation against whistleblowers. This looks on the surface to be very similar.
Right, and we saw during the Trump administration, Donald Trump was targeted by the FBI, and now the FBI is covering up for Joe Biden and his administration. And when you hear stories about these whistleblowers, and one at the IRS just last week being fired for no good reason, my message to anyone at the IRS today or anyone in the administration, if you have something to say, if you've seen something with the Hunter Biden investigation, you want to talk to the Oversight Committee, we will protect you. We're going to protect every whistleblower that comes forward into this investigation. If the FBI and DOJ won't do their job, well, we'll do it for them.
Congresswoman, you say you'll protect every whistleblower, but there is, as you well know, a very complex sort of involved procedure that goes into offering a government employee those legal protections, what it takes to actually become an official whistleblower. That individual has to follow a very prescribed routine in order to achieve that status. How confident are you that this second IRS individual is actually a whistleblower who is abiding by that process? Because James Comer, last week on our air, sort of admitted that he may or may not have been mistaken about the first whistleblower who came forward.
Right. Well, we know that some of the whistleblowers, they're still there. They're still out there. They're very credible, particularly the one with documentation, or said there's documentation about showing how the president knew it was going on with Hunter Biden's businesses and potential bribery there. We want to talk to anyone who is a potential whistleblower. We want to get to the bottom of it. We want to have this investigation happen for the American people. And Democrats need to decide if it's just Republicans that they're going to target, or is anyone who's a Democrat above the law? Is Joe Biden above the law? We need to have all of this investigated.
But how do you know that these whistleblowers are Republicans?
Oh, I'm not saying they're Republicans. I'm saying Democrats need to decide if Democrats are above the law, or if they're only going to target Republicans. So under the Trump administration, they targeted Donald Trump. We saw in the Durham report last week, the FBI didn't have real evidence to have that investigated. There was no Russian collusion. We're seeing evidence of that. A whistleblower last week was fired from the IRS. We don't know. I don't know what their political affiliation is, but we want to be sure that we're protecting them. We want to talk to them. We want to protect them so that they know that the information they provide us is safe and that they're safe.
So as all of this is going on, there's also the debt ceiling deadline, which seems to be coming at us at about 1,000 miles an hour. Speaker McCarthy met with the president yesterday afternoon. Didn't look like there was a lot of progress, but he found reason for optimism. Here's what he said.
I think the tone tonight was better than any other time we've had discussions. I felt it was productive because, look, we both know, we've walked through this for a long time, where our differences, we're explaining them, we're giving a give and take of what we think would be best for moving the country forward.
So there's still a lot of disagreement here. Is this going to get done? Because as we get closer and closer, the markets are getting nervous, other countries are getting nervous, businesses in this country are getting nervous, particularly ones that do business with the federal government. So where do you see this all heading?
Well, we're down to the wire. I mean, this is like the night before a college exam, and we're cramming, we're chugging Red Bull in the 11th hour. I had hoped that this wasn't the way it would happen, but honestly, we need to freeze spending. We prefer to have it done at 2022 levels. I know Democrats want it at 2023 levels. We need to freeze spending either way. We also need to make sure that in the future, that over the next 10 or 20 years, we're going to balance the budget. That doesn't have to be part of the deal right now, but if we have no new taxes, we can freeze spending, then I think we can figure this out over the next year or two. But we've got to come together. Both sides created this problem, and both sides need to sit down and fix it. And we're running out of time.
But just real quick, isn't that the way that these things always go? That you argue about this, there's brinksmanship, you take it right up to the deadline, there's an agreement for a clean debt ceiling increase with a promise to to tackle spending, and then the second part of that never happens.
Right, and that's where I think a lot of our concern is, because I have a plan that would balance the budget in 5 years, but I would take 20 at this point. I mean, we are $32 trillion in debt. We cannot continue down this path, and neither side has held the other side accountable. And it seems like right now Republicans only care about spending when Democrats are in charge. Well, what happened every other time we raised the debt ceiling? How do we rein in spending? And we didn't. So that's got to be a part of it for our conference, for a lot of Republicans. What are we going to do to stop the bleed? What are we going to do to stop the bleeding?
Well, Congresswoman, thanks so much for taking time with us today. We know you got to get back to the Hill for votes, so thank you.
Thank you, Jillian.
Appreciate you coming in.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.